And it says we're going live, and we're live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 396.
I just have to nod.
Yeah. Well, and then you did a little pause there too.
Yep.
For dramatic effect. Or maybe it was just my internet. Just dramatic effect. Janitma.
Yeah, that was all me. I'm being strange today.
Okay.
My
All
shadow
right.
looks like I've spilled something on my shirt in my
Looks to me like you were eating a popsicle and you've got a little bit of the, yeah.
But it's the shadow, these stupid overhead lights. Can I fix it? No.
It's okay,
No.
Amy. We all know you ate a popsicle for lunch. It's fine. So you survived the snow, although you were talking about snow blowing. We have like a 7-foot drift at the end of our driveway that I was impressing all of my non-Midwestern new coworkers with. Like, look, daughter's sitting on top of it for scale, and her head is as high as the parking sign. But that's because the plows came by and pushed it to the end of our driveway, and then snow blowed the snow on top of that yet, right? So
yeah, I was gonna say they didn't reach that high near me, but getting close, right? Like I feel like the snowblower is earning its keep.
Well, it takes up so much space in the garage and stuff for most of the year. It needs to earn its keep.
Yeah, no, but one of those things where it's actually going to the top of the, like
pretty soon it's just going to be shooting it straight into the air, and you're going to have a snow machine. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. No, it's I again, some of the Californians are getting snow, and I know Portland got some pretty nasty weather. Diane jumped on the VKN, and she was out there for that. So some really bad. Unlike in Minnesota, where we have naming contests for our plows, they aren't prepared for that sort of thing.
Yeah, not so many plows there.
Yeah, we've got like an OG like Plowy McPlowface.
Yeah.
What's another one? Blizzo was another one of my favorites. Yeah, you're a blizzard, Harry. Was a good one.
My favorite, and I forgot to vote for it, is Cleopatra.
Yeah.
It's, it looks like Cleopatra, but it's Cleopatra.
Yeah. Han Snowlow is another good one. Yeah. So you're from a snowy place when you've got naming contests for your plows. Unnamed plows driving around.
Yeah, inevitably that our naming contest hits like mainstream, like more places than just here. And people are like, you missed out on Plowy McPlowface. And we're like, no, sir, he already exists.
2 years ago.
Somebody should submit Junior, though. I think that is a good idea.
Yeah. Nope. I mean, yeah, they've got new ones every year, right? So we could have another generation. Yeah, but happy Friday to all. It looks like Randy's out there. Hello, Randy. In the comments. Had a really great conversation with Sophia at our chat last weekend. Sorry, at the event. Had put a plug out there. If you weren't able to join it live, we do have that linked in our past events if you're a ZKN member, and I think it's well worth watching. She had a lot of samples, and we got to talk about her book and about her, and I just felt like it was a really great chat. So
and she hung out with us a little while afterwards. It was really nice. Good time.
Yes, absolutely. I think we're coming up on March here pretty soon, so this is the last month of this quarter for the craft your own book venture, which I'm enjoying and kind of yeah, looking at what I will be knitting going forward and trying to make sure that I'm hitting those. We've got 5 prompts for this quarter, and you to be entered for prizes, you can enter into 3 or hit 3 of those. And then, yeah, depending on engagement or number of participants, we may do separate drawings for the different categories. So make sure that some of them are really easy to fit what you're currently working on into, right? So make sure you look at what you finished this year and one WIP from, before this year and see if you can fit them in. So the more the
Absolutely.
merrier.
Yeah. Yep. It's a lot of fun. I saw somebody join the Discord either late yesterday or early this morning. I saw it this morning. That joined us for the KAL. So I'm excited to see new faces out there, and so we could chat and talk all things knitting.
Absolutely.
Or crocheting or spinning or
Exactly. Crafting, all things crafting. All right, we have WIPs. I have a WIP in front of me, and then a needle adjacent project that I'm trying to make some decisions on, or maybe multiple needle adjacent projects that I'm trying to make some decisions on. A little easier for me working from home than it is for you to cart or grab things last minute or cart them into work. Juxtapose those two situations.
I was quite happy it was WIPs because I always have one with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I left my WIPs at home, but I also have kind of a unique situation going on. So if it's my turn,
Go for it.
I had started some mitts a long time ago, and they're kind of a long standing WIP at this moment. And I might get back to them because I finished the cardigan.
Why?
So since I finished the cardigan and it's blocking right now, I'm probably going to just do buttons this weekend and then let the husband decide if it needs pockets or not.
Okay.
and enter it without pockets. And then I don't have any other textured items on the needles. So I might try to do a hat, or I might just try to work on these WIPs, these long standing WIPs, where in this downtime before starting the twinning projects. So one WIP that I could potentially finish that was started this year and get some credit for it, but not textured, is my Musil Pearl. So it's a bit further along since the last time you saw it.
Yeah.
And there are gray stripes in there.
You're just rubbing my nose in this. You're like, look at how beautiful it is.
It's a great color.
It is.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to be working on that. And then I went ahead and started a pair of socks, self-striping, to just keep on top of that. And then I think that's all I have going that's not needle adjacent. Like that's kind of rare for me. I feel like I was working so hard to get all of those textured projects done that I didn't cast on anything new or crazy. Since the last WIPs, I did start and finish an antler hat that counts for texture, and also the Eat Sleep Knit craft along because it's out of their yarn. So I've been trying to keep up with kind of a project per month from them or their yarn. And currently none of my yarn can count on both. So it is kind of away from the bonuses on the knit along for us, but still counts. And yeah, that's all I'm doing. But I did wind yarn last night for my pressed flowers cardigan. So I'm very excited.
Excellent. Well, yeah, the one thing that I have on the needles, because I just finished some stuff as well, is the big rib. Does she call it a sweater? Does she call it a top? I'm going to look here for a second. Excuse my, I'm not phubbing you. I'm not phone snubbing you.
No.
By Jessie May, made a big rib sweater, which is kind of like the kind of like the Love Note in that it's really airy. And yeah,
Mhm.
you're getting a very like neon-y like glow about it. But it's on 10s and 8s, right?
Oh, wow.
I tried it with just a fingering, and so I've got them using yarn management here on my little spindle. Yeah, so this plus this equals this. I tried just one with the mohair of the blue, and it was coming out very yellow. So I wanted it to be a little bit more representative of the blue. So I've got two blues and one of the yellow. So this is the Lola Bean Yarn Co. in the Trolla colorway. And then this is some Leading Men Fiber Arts that I got at ZK. What is it called?
Lightning bug, did you say?
Yes. Yeah, thank you for remembering.
Or highlighter, one of the two.
Yeah, I think it was lightning bug. That sounds right. So yeah, I cast this on yesterday, and so this is what huge needles will do for you, right? Back of the sweater done, and then you pick up and you do the fronts, and now I've joined in the round already. So I don't know if I don't have a twin for this, so I guess the race would be to whether or not I can finish it by the end of the 28th. But it's definitely textured with all of that ribbing and the mohair. And I really love it. I need to take a different picture because, yeah, you are just getting kind of what the cameras do with greens, but it's super lovely. There is a pop of kind of that green in the Trolla. You can kind of see it there.
Okay.
And they really sing together. They really sing together. So.
And are you going to need multiple balls or?
I will. Yeah, I've got a lot of the Trolla, and then several of the. Yeah, I definitely. I think I will. I think I will. I assume with the fingering at least. I don't think it'll be just 400 yards.
Right.
Because yeah, held double. That's all I'm going to get out of it. But yeah, super enjoying that. I really, for whatever reason, my really loose knit mohair tops are like some of my favorites because it's not like it keeps the warm in, but it's not too warm, right? If you knit it at a really tight gauge, I think it would be like, yeah, it would be a hot flash simulator. But with the kind of, it's just enough to kind of keep your body heat close to you, but like not so like stifling, right? So I find I wear them a lot in the spring and the fall and throughout the winter when it's not as chilly. Today is a chilly day. Had to have a conversation with teenage middle child this morning. It's like, it's -7 out and you're wearing a hoodie. Like, it's not like I stand around outside. I'm just going and jumping on the bus. And I'm like, but anyway.
My 17-year-old wore the same.
They're invincible, teenage boys. Did you not know that? They cannot freeze to death. Or, I mean, Dexter's got this horrible cold and cough. So he definitely needs to be wearing more outer layers. But, you know, they're Minnesotans, born and raised, right?
Yep. Just be happy they're not wearing shorts.
Oh, go ahead.
I just said be happy they're not wearing shorts.
It's true. Or Crocs. I had some coworkers that are like, yeah, my teenage son wore Crocs when there was like 2 feet of snow outside. Yeah. I am twinning next month with the Funhouse socks that are from the Sock Drawer, Operation Sock Drawer book. So in addition to, I'm going to be using a self-striping. This is 716 Care Bear with Fangs. This is like deep stash. Like, I feel like I bought this from Jenna, like when we first started podcasting almost 400 episodes ago. Right. And by Lisa, Paper Daisy. And so I'm going to hit all kinds of things with that, right? Twinning and self-striping and out of a book. So craft your own book venture. And then, yeah, the 716 yarn. I'm thinking I've got like a solid from which is the stash string that I need to do a solid from Sun Valley to mix with this. The only worry I have is this yellow, right? Every other color is going to really, I feel like it's like deep and dark and saturated. But I want it to contrast no matter where I am in the self-striping, right? So like if you went like with a white, I don't feel like the yellow would pop against it. And obviously I can't go with like a super dark because there's the black in there. So rethinking possibly grabbing a different one.
I don't know what color I would choose for that, but I am thinking that that pattern, the fun house, does allow your eye to kind of follow it. So even if you have a stripe
Geometric,
that's,
yeah.
if you have a stripe that's not quite as clear, the other sides of it are so bold, you fill it in.
Your
like,
brain, yeah. It's
I
true.
think it'll be all right regardless.
Yep.
And
And then
have yarns for that as well.
and then I have thrown out there, so in case you're not on Discord often, I've thrown out there that I will match with many, many people on OMG heel socks. I think I've got two. Again, it can be any sock as long as you put an OMG heel in it, and we can twin. I think I've got two takers, and I grabbed some lavender loon in the wool stock. So yeah, these are going to be
so pretty,
isn't it? I believe I bought this because Karen was knitting a pair of socks with it. And I was like, well, I need a pair of socks in that colorway. So yeah, plans. I got plans and some texture that I possibly need to finish here post haste.
Yes, that I'm not worried about that one. You're probably going to get that textured one done. It's so quick.
It is kind of bam sweater again, anything on tens, right? Yeah. I think the sleeves, and I started a new job this week, and I need, apparently the brain strain definitely is a real thing, right? So I apparently need more sleep when my brain is like at the end of the day. And I've been conking out on the couch. So I guess team Fly is probably celebrating that. But Team Up is like, go Megan, go. So yeah, I started shrinking in the VKN on Wednesday, and then fell asleep with like I turned off my camera and muted myself and said, I'm just going to rest my eyes for a second. And you know how that goes. So
yeah. when it's bad enough that you feel like you need to tell people like, it's over, just go to bed.
So I think I woke up and people were still talking, but I was like, I just shut the lid. Like, okay. Long enough amount of time has passed. I should just go to bed. My brain is telling me that I should. So but yeah, it bites into your week when like you normally have an extra 2 hours or whatever in the evening to be doing stuff. And then I guess it leaves a dent in your week. Across 7 days, that's almost a whole awake day for some people that I'm going to be missing out on if I'm going to sleep early. But
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've done really well at accomplishing things this year, but at the same time, I'm feeling a little bit burnt. So I'm hoping that my 3 twinning projects go really smooth and I get them all done. And there's still room to kind of participate in the other ones, like the self-striping, because none of my twinning is self-striping. So yeah, I don't know.
Awesome.
I'm pretty excited for March to come though, because of the KL switch, going from texture to twinning is kind of exciting, and finishing up that first quarter of our KL and trying to get more people involved in it. So yeah, we're cruising along.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that it's going to be March. I mean, I know February is a really short month, but it's hard to believe that it's going to be March already. But excited by it for sure. And June is soon. We haven't said that quite enough here. Super excited about that. And yeah, have a great weekend, folks. I hope your crafting brings you joy.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye, Ufta. All right, it says it ended.